Hello, Exile, Silver here, and today we'll be talking about the patch notes that just dropped. And this is just a preview about what's going to be shipped to the next version into the game tomorrow. So we have here on the list the breakdown of what was displayed on the past live stream with on the Tyrant Talk. Basically, there are addition of new maps, towers. They're going to make the towers less annoying to be executed. Apparently, the other layouts, uh, the layouts will be less annoying. Apparently, um, the arbiter now that has multiple chances, and it will be reduced according to the difficulty of the arbiter. Um, Maps now will contain at least minimum 3 rare monsters, which means that you know for sure that at least 3 monsters exist on the map as objective to kill, and the citadels can now appear close to the ziggurat refuge. This means that basically in the past, let's count from 1 to 10. Maybe you needed to reach a distance 7 from the center to start seeing citadels, and now let's see, but maybe 4, 3, it's going to be easier and faster to see citadels. Also, there is a UI change to make the citadel easier to be spotted on the fog, so that will increase, like in a absurd way, the amount of time that will be doing citadels, because since you can track it faster through the fog, you can target better your goals. Multiple changes and improvements on the map farming. They say that the minimum bar of expected loot will be increased by amount of 20%, I guess. So this should bring a better feeling during the map instances. Now that we have more waystones and more bosses on the map, on the atlas, so we have more nodes with bosses as standard, and you have the precursor for putting on the towers to then propagate and create more bosses nodes on the map. For the skill changes, there's a adjustment for the supercharged slam. That is adjustments to the scavenged plating. The adjustment on the supercharged slam is likely related to the maximum radius that this could get on aftershocks. Now it's limited to 3 meters. The scavenged plating now is based on the heritage on the monsters, which probably would make faster to maintain uh to maintain the buff on you. Lightning bolt skills got a bit of adjustment on the core of the storm to make it more let's say, to reduce amount of triggerings basically, and in exchange of that they increase the damage. Apparently they claim to be 3.5 times more damage. uh, Temporalis now has a minimum trigger time which same 100 ms. This let's say that this would not be noticeable in the practical terms for a player, but this means a lot for the server stress, because if you have 100 people casting Temporalis under 100 ms, you're going to increase a lot the stress. The same thing goes for the amount of cast on 100 cast on Ignites, like Jungle did, and we're going to get there. So this is now skill socket in meta gems. Sockets can no longer gain energy. This is in order to try to reduce the infinite loop, because the skills could trigger themselves in some cases, because you had skills attached to the meta gems. getting energy to the other is to the other casts, and then you could be bouncing this forever. So that's no longer the case. Uh, Clarified divine arrow description to explicit. I don't know what this means. Adjustments on the divine arrow description. Don't know if there's anything else. Uh, Remove the auto tag from the paint offering. This is some sort of a thing because this means that our adjustments on the passive tree will no longer apply to the offering. Monsters now have increased toughness per sense modifier affecting them. Okay, well, they would. I hope they will die just as the same. We have a lot of improvements related to many monsters in the game now: damage, distance, explosion radius, visual effects, all this being listed. And among the list of improvements for the game, so now the meteor and the lightning from the wizards, the fat guys exploding, auras from grenade, the guys that spend grenades, everything like this. They they mentioned that it's going to be considerably easier to see and less punishing. Well, we'll wait to see, right? And uh, there were changes in a few bosses, so which means that, for instance, the ultimate boss of the bird that creates the tornado, now it's not going to be that instant kill, because in the moment that he starts the tornado in the past, the bird would start with the top damage and top distance. Now it will push you away. Yeah, it's going to push you away, and the damage will start from on a small scale, and then it will increase over time, which will give you more chance to escape and survive in that. Uh, General changes. We got changes from uh charms that are going to affect the way these charms are going to affect characters, because this is something good to see, right? We have a more visual indications that the charms have been applied. We have UI interface UI changes to show the amount of charges of our charms that we have available. Mm, they improved the loading time of the world map, which is good. So whenever you press U, it's going to be faster at some point, somehow faster. Let's see how fast it is. I hope it's a lot faster, because right now it's quite bad. And they mentioned changes on league mechanics, so it's going to be easier to find omens and rituals. Uh, there will be more delirium shards being dropped. There are some nerfs, not, let's say nerfs or readjustments. Maybe they consider this readjustments because the amount of items will increase, so they felt like it was fair to nerf a little bit the modifiers on the tree of the atlas for the boss nodes, so it's not going to drop in the increase. Instead of being 25%, now it's going to be 15. uh we have, let's say, more changes that are cool to notice here. uh Improvements on hitbox of the titan of the act 2. uh and I believe that was most of this, like in a very summary. You can find the thread in the official website. It will be available in the description as well. But as a matter of bringing us just a summary of noticeable changes, uh, we have here also big improvements on Let's see what it was. So changes on things that are annoying to the game, like burning grounds can no longer spawn underneath interactables like levers. So your augury will be just a little less annoying because of this. Uh, we have updated the word map icon, so legibility and visualization of the elements will be more easier to notice. Uh, then moving forward to yeah, that's enough. Moving forward to the unique item changes, there were a lot of unique item changes. None of them are too big or nor too small. I believe that with time, this is one of those changes. Like whenever we have a bulk of changes on unique items, it's something that takes a little time to find their places again. Some stuff it's more obvious than the others. Like there is a boot now that's going to give 15% of more hardship of items found. So if I go here and look for rarity of items found, it's on the what's the name of the boot? No, this is for the Arian's Kobo unique helmet. So you have the Gamble Sprint that we have increased item rarity, and so we had 10% on Arian's Kobo. That's going to be up to 20, 15% on this Gamble Sprint. So more items for magic finding. We have one particular unique and famous unique from PoE1 that you will already, if you're seeing this video by the time I'm posting it, you probably have already noticed that on the market the prices of this item exploded, which is the original sin. Because original sin now is no longer has this tag, which was totally annoying, saying that chaos resistance is 0, which means that now uh, this item it's just good. Like it's just a good side because you have the resist because now it actually gives you resistance. So you have full damage, full elemental damage becoming chaos damage. You have increased the resistance as explicit, increase the resistance as implicit, and you can corrupt to get even more resistance. So the original thing itself should cap your chaos res. Yeah. And the other items, I don't know. I don't want to elaborate more on them because I I don't feel like I can visualize how they're going to actually affect the future builds. And but they for sure they're for at least you can say that they'll be better for leveling or going through the campaign faster because they are providing more status. Like you have Wonder Trap now giving way more maximum energy shield, which was something that it was necessary because the item is weak. Like the item is basically giving you more heritage of items found when you are on low life, but the amount of defense on it was too low for making it viable in any way. So I believe that's going to improve. A good talking about changes. A good change now is that just a reminder, you'll be able to resocket your runes. So you're going to replace, like you're not changing. I believe you're going to put over. So you're going to lose the rune that you had on the item before. You're going to replace it. with the new socket that you're placing in there. Uh, Combinations with chaos, yeah, with soul cores. Combination of soul cores are now working on the reforged bench. So if you go here and find soul core, that was a bug where you could not use some of these, like Atimohwas and TP and Charlotte. They could not be used on the Reforged for some reason. Now you can. Uh, a list of bugs here that are related with some builds, and I believe that is important mentioning. Viny Arrow is Viny Arrow plus Cultist Hammer is gone, so no longer hitting plants in order to explode the whole map. Okay, so bye bye Melee's Hueto build. And unfortunately, because I leveled my Titan with that and it was really fun. And the concussion skills were considered both skills, and as a result, they could be affected by increased damage with both skill modifiers on quivers. So I don't know, like I didn't try this build, so I believe that was what it was causing the Widow Hail plus a big Widow Hail with a big quiver to be the best option for concussion. And that's no longer the case. I don't know if that's for all stats related to the quiver. So, but increased damage with both skills. I don't know. I don't recall if this was a specific suffix or a specific affix for this. But that being the case, I believe that Poseidon's concussion will still be strong. Concussion skills will still be strong, but not so intensified by this mod. I don't know if this was a go-to mod to use anyway, but yeah. And I believe that is all for now. Like, let's see, tomorrow there will be another round of dropping this patch note, and maybe there are some fixes. Oh yeah, this one was something that I don't agree that with this change. I actually think that this should be a feature instead of a bug. Like the nodes, the way forward could cause the Arbiter of Ash to drop tier 16 Wastelands instead of tier 15. The reason why I think this should be a feature instead of a bug is that because as a pinnacle boss, I believe that it's fair that this should be a viable way to obtain natural tier 16 Waystones. You know, I don't know. I feel like it was fair, a fair thing to see. Maybe I don't know if they dropped Corrupted or not, but I thought it was a fair way to obtain. Because it's a Uber boss, like it's a pinnacle. There is nothing supposedly in the game. There was nothing beyond the pinnacle boss. Like they were the top of the top. So yeah, but yeah, it was a bug. It was fixed. It got fixed. It's tier 15 now. Too bad. So I believe I should remove this node anyway. And yeah, that's all for now, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a good time. Peace. Stay safe. Bye.